Itaola SoccerBeat lovers, is your boy Lebohang Cheezboy, the real mozzarella bafethu Mokoena. I have a very, very special guest, vandag bafethu. Yo, there's so much to unpack. Please, just, you know what to do, like, subscribe, and please do not forget to join our Betway sign up code at SoccerBeat. You'll get a 25 extra bet, and don't forget, we also encourage safe betting. Welcome to SoccerBeat, talking Orlando Pirates. I'm with the one and only Professor, the Prof Augusto Palacios. We will be unpacking a lot about the current situation. We'll be unpacking about the future of South African football and what's hot and what experiences we've had with the coach. So yeah, stick around. And I'm with, obviously, the one and only Slim Cut, the man with the whiskers, also with Mike Morton himself. Coach Augusto, welcome to SoccerBeat. This is our home. We're talking Orlando Pirates. We're talking football. Some of us have been under your wings, and today we're here having a special interview with you. How are you, Coach, and how have you been?
Good morning. I think you made my day. Looking, Joseph, Michael, unbelievable. You're talking about decade of football. And it's my honor, and my privilege to not to be in the field, but to talk to you. The more important is to share football and hope always your success is my success, because we not only about players, it's about the family. And this is what I value always, all of you.
No, respect, Coach. So, Coach, I'm just gonna dwell straight into it. So I wanted to, because it's been an ongoing thing about our standard of football. What's your take on the current season as we speak now? Sundowns leading with 18 points and Pirates having to play catch up. What has been your highlight, and what do you think has changed in our football, or has it improved?
I think one of the difference is before players was training to performance. Now players looking first the money. And this is the more dangerous aspect, because you are fighting, you are training to be in the 11, and obviously to have the opportunity to go to the national team or overseas. But you see in the media today, majority is about this player is 10 million, this player is this money, this player do this, etc., etc. And I believe the approach is completely different, and also the number of players who club have in the league. You're talking sometimes 40 players, 39 players, and it's very difficult for coaches to fit in everyone. And also, I don't agree, for example, when people talking about fatigue, rotation. Now, let me to put you one case, especially in South America or in Europe. Let's put the case of England or Spain. You play sometimes 2-3 games in the week, and then you come in the championship, and then you come in national team. Where Mbappe or Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo or etc. is rotate or resting. Nothing happen. He play a player in the year, 39 games, 40 games, is a pleasure. When I play football, I want to play every game. I don't want to sit it, but the mentality in the moment, it changed a lot. And this need to have the foundation from the development. And this is my view to be, 44 years in South Africa. We had the talent, fantastic talent. We had the potential all over. I had the opportunity to traveling, and when Dr. Cosa asked me in 1995 to look in the development of the Pirates, I traveling from Cape Town to Utata, from Utata to Limpopo, to Nellis Play, all over. I may try all over. And we have players, fantastic players we have. But unfortunately, sometimes we don't value the youth policy. We don't have policy in the country, I believe. We don't have policy. And you don't have policy, you cannot achieve. Any coach who go to Barcelona, Real Madrid, or Manchester United, in the year, he need to promotion 3 or 4 players. You can isolate. But here, it's very difficult. It's very difficult because People not believe in youth policy, and then he say to you, he's not ready, he need a time. But when go to have time, you no play. Where? City. I believe all of you pass these phases, except Joseph, who Joseph coming from Cape Town, who I don't know if he went to the phases of development. But I had the honor with Lebohag and Michael to coming from young, faces to faces. It was different. I mean, I not say I pull Lebohag straight away, or Michael, no, it's gradual until you remember we had 7 players in the derby, 7 from the development, 7, and we continue including. And you know, Jose, I'm a congratulation you because player from Cape Town no making in Johannesburg. Is a percent of players who coming from Cape Town to Johannesburg no making, but you did, you champion, you play in different club, you with the family, etc., etc. Congratulations, because people understand the achievement you make. This is my comment.
Thank you, coach. Thank you,
No,
coach.
we are sharing the cake. We are
like
sharing the cake, Mikey. You can go at the prof. Go at the prof.
Coach, just want to say again to greet you and it's so great to see you. I haven't seen you in many years. A lot of people won't know that I spent 7 years at the Orlando Pirates Academy. I came there as a 12-year-old, and you obviously guided me all the way through to the first team. And yeah, I'm just very grateful. Obviously, you set me on the path, and there were many times where I wanted to give up, and you said to me many times, no, keep going. So I'm very grateful, and you're one of the main reasons that I eventually turned up as a professional. I wanted to ask you, Coach, out of all the great players you saw come through the academy, is there one that sticks out in terms of like the best player that came through the Orlando Pirates Academy that you worked with?
All for me was the best. Or in Norwegian Pirates. I choose players for his potential. Remember, people forget something. I only look in players for the characteristic or style of player the Orlando Pirates. I don't look in skin, I don't look in height, nothing. I look in the characteristic. And I can put example. You, Michael, you know, you hard work and spirit keep the team the role. You understand? And the position who you play. Level keep also his strength in the different positions he play. And the same Jose Munier. His command, his communication, he talk to me. I choose player according to the characteristic what we going to play. I don't choose player because I think he's the best. Remember, you don't discover player, you grow in the player. But you growing according to the characteristic you want to play. I put you the example of what you mentioned. When I scout Lucas Tuala was in the village, in the border from Mozambique, and he was playing out shoes. He don't know about soccer boot. Lucas Tuala never know about soccer boot. And look in the honor, he was the first player for Orlando Pirates who started in the lineup, the World Cup against Mexico, 2010. He's the only player in Orlando Pirates who be in the first 11 in the World Cup 2010. But the boy coming from village. Yeah. The same Pomoso Manense, the same Lely Mañatele Fontoyando. I mean, for me, is to see the characteristic of the player. And all for me are the best. Who make it, he made a sacrifice in the discipline. Who not make it, he will not listen.
Yeah, no.
Coach, I have to ask quickly about somebody that's Cheezy, just quickly, I want to ask the coach about Mofokeng. Now, obviously, at Orlando Pirates, everyone's speaking about him, a youngster that's really come to the surface now. There's rumors of Barcelona and this and that. What is your impressions of Relo Mofokeng?
I don't want to compare players because players are different. The boy is a good player, yes. I reserve my comment, he can play in overseas or no. Why I say to you this? Because you put too much pressure on the boy. The boy is every day in the media. The boy is every day in offer and looking the age. Now, for me, the foundation of players who went to overseas coming from the LIS by unique guidance. Two, you need to know what is overseas. You stay alone. You eating different food. Sometimes you have different language. Sometimes you don't know where you go. The thing is, I put the case, the life foster. He had a depressed, he's alone, he's with the family, he no play, he play, he's injured, he no injured. It's difficult. Is the quality player of okay? Yes. He can have the opportunity to go to overseas? Yes. But not put him under pressure. Is the quality? Yes. But he no made Pirates alone. It's the team who made the team. I mean, him, we need to understand the opportunity he will come in. Yes. And remember, if he go to overseas, he going to grow in him. It don't mean they're going to play straight in anything. He going to grow in him.
Yeah, no point. Point taken, my chance. Point taken, my chance. We just need to go to a small ad break, coach. We're gonna pay the bills, and I think Moeneeb has got another question for you. Obviously, my question, coach, as we come back from the break, would be about developing players, because I think it's a huge concern in the country. So yeah, after the short break, see you just now. Siyabuya manje la SoccerBeat. Second.
How would you like to win a little something extra just for joining the best in the game? For a limited time, we are teaming up with Betway and giving all of you access to a SoccerBeat exclusive. If you join Betway using the sign-up code SoccerBeat, now in March, you'll get 25 Rand extra bet. That's right. It's time to get way more out of every bet. Standard T's and C's apply.
Welcome back, SoccerBeat lovers. It's your boy Lebza. I'm still hanging out with the prof, the man who grew up with. I grew up just under this man's hands, guys. A father figure, a coach, everything in my life, as a young man, joining Orlando Pirates from the Orlando Stadium where they had trials. As a 12-year-old, going to Megawatt Park under the coach Easter Khomane and all Orlando Pirates legends that were part of the coach's development. So the question here for the coach is, Coach, how did it all begin for you to start the Orlando Pirates development? And also, what was the idea of actually having a development in terms of looking ahead for the future at Orlando Pirates?
I think the objective when Dr. Ivan Cosa approached me in 1995, and he took to me to his house in the Plouf, and his family. And the intention was first is about the development aspect, because Pirates in this time no had development, properly structured. And second is to looking obvious, the first thing, remember when I was in Pirates, Pirates was training in the city deep, and it was not the good facilities, and we moved to Meyiwa Park, where Sundown and Mafana trained. And the intention why he say he want to see one day the 11 players from Pirates and the line up coming from the development. And we closer to achieve. And this is when we start to identify first the division, and we start with the 10, and we follow other division, and we start make tries, and we start identify. And this is the reason, from the time in 1998, 1997, Pirates was the first club who established the development. And where we need to start from earlier age. We start from under 10, 11, and 12. Used to play in the league in Mayfair, the Greater Mayfair. I think we moved to the Rand Central, LFA, and I think we moved to Soweto. But I think the intention was players identify with Orlando Pirates, the style of player, the philosophy of player Orlando Pirates. We don't create the philosophy coming from the club. And this sometimes is very negative when listen coaches who say he bring his philosophy. You don't bring any philosophy. You find the philosophy in the club. And this is the reason the player who we took was very talent player. The priority was the technical aspect. And I think we achieved a lot. I think if we're talking about development, Pirates is the team who achieved a lot in South African football and contribute a lot. Obviously, after coming, play team like the Kaizer Chiefs, Sundown, remember when it was Ayers in Cape Town, the facility he have and the development play he have. There it was the really competition, and you remember the future champion and the 17, the Manchester United and the 15. I mean, it was great competition. But I think the objective was to growing our players, to play the identity of football the Orlando Pirates.
Coach, did it hurt you at all when you saw that you spent a lot of time maybe producing players 7-8 years with one player, and then you see maybe doesn't get opportunity at the first team and he has to move clubs or he moves to another club? How did that feel as somebody who produced all these players through the Orlando Pirates Academy?
You know, your question is very important. You know, when I see it in television is no player for the development, I switch off. I don't watch. I don't watch him because you know, Spain, when you have the players and the players don't have opportunity. I always differ with people, no? And maybe because I come from the continent whose football is the food. Remember, Ronaldinho, for me, the best player for me, you know, from where he coming from, Rafael in Brazil, a poor family. I mean, it's Messi, from a poor family, Cristiano Ronaldo. But the thing is, if the player had the potential and you growing the player in the correct manner, is no way he can fail. No way he can fail. And it's happening with us. It's happening with us. If we can mention number of players in Orlando Pirates, number of players, but all it depends the policy what you have, and all depend to believe in these young players. I believe we had a player, but Spain, when sometimes you play 10 minutes, and the next game, you know there. And you wait again for the next game, you know there. Spain, not only in Pirates, it's in many clubs who are watching, you know, not to mention club, but Spain, because we had a player, but no opportunity.
Also to add on to that, Coach, I think there was a stage where in South Africa we had, like you said earlier on now, that we had teams that were really, really working hard on their developments. Like you said, you know, Pirates was also up there. We had the Kaizer Chiefs, you know, that produced your Junior Kanyes, your Jabus. You know, we had us at Pirates. You know, you produced the Tovi Lagasis, Pumuto, me, Mikey, Walaza, Tlo, and you had the Ajax that produced the Kama Billiards, that produced the George Malulekas, you know, the Moeneebs, you know, and they were highly, highly technically gifted players. I think all round they were just quality players that are coming from the developments. And I'm seeing that in this current generation, players are skipping the levels, Coach. You find that players are not properly developed, and when they get to the higher level, it becomes a problem because now they're not used to the philosophy of the first team that they are promoted to, because there's no identity. Have we lost our identity as South African teams?
100% what you say. The identity of football in South Africa, we lost. And let me to put something different. I'm a foreigner, I citizen here, but when foreigner coming, he need to understand what is the identity of football in the country. This is one. And what is the philosophy of the club? I mean, it's two completely different. Example, I want to put something clear. The coach who coached Barcelona now, I follow him. He's from Germany. He coached Bayern de Munich. He championed Bayern de Munich. He went to take over the national team. He failed. But he took over Barcelona. He find easy. Why? Because he know the identity and philosophy. Why he did? He adjust only one thing. He play a more counterattack. Why? Because they had the player to play a counterattack. It's simple. I mean, I cannot adjust the football in my mind. I need to adjust the football, what the club is the philosophy. And this is the reason. When you see FA, England, if we're talking about when Ardile was player, when Jorben was player, etc., it was not too many foreigners. Now, you had team in England who the lineup 9 foreigners or 10 foreigners, case the Crystal Palace. Now, this means the identity of football in England, he changed completely. The long ball, play direct, to play the simple football, who put injection? The foreigners. Now, in South Africa, are different. Why? Because we had the skill, we had the talent, we had the speed. I remember when 3 months ago said that we don't have goalkeepers in the country. And I said, wow. Why? It's because the opportunity, or made one mistake, or made two mistakes, if we are so late. I always say, player a human being. He will make mistake. In my time who I play, it was no analysis, it was no video, but we correct mistake. Who correct mistake? One or two assistants. Now, myself, I believe players only can improve if you correct what is his weakness and you keeping his strength. Example. Joseph Munier, very good communication. The whole game. And Joseph Munier was playing outside the box. But now, you see goalkeeper who play out the box thing is the modern football. Where is modern football we're talking about? From where? I want to ask any coach, he can tell me what is modern football because I don't understand what is modern football. Because we still have 11 players. We still have now healing full wings or full back wings. The thing is, Senzo was overlapping. David Nyati was overlapping. I mean, we talk about modern football from where? I know how the GPS. I know how the GPS in my back. I know how, but I play 90 minutes. Miguel, football coming now, marketing, coming business. I can tell you. This is my opinion, and I will continue. Like me. People say I retire. I retire for what? You know when I retire? When you bury me. When I die, I retire. Looking at Arsene Wenger. Looking at Arsene Wenger. He's still working. I mean, for me, I train. I have 73 years. I training. I play. I running. I traveling. It's normally. Yes. They say to you, the thing is, we no value our players. Not to offend Ribeiro. Ribeiro is a good player. But no one knows Ribeiro in Brazil. The same the Pio Nogueira. When Pio Nogueira coming here, no one knows Pio Nogueira and start scoring. Ribeiro, fantastic. 220 million people in Brazil. What I want to say to you is, good signing for Ribeiro, fantastic. The new central back for Sundowns, left footer, very good. Suarez. It's a characteristic of player. Did I say to you, me, I had a privilege, to coach too many good players. From Benni McCarthy. When Benni arrived, the coach previous telling that he can play only 5 minutes. And I will sit with him. We prepared the training session, the dieting aspect, what he eating, not eating, etc., etc. And fantastic. When we champion with Joseph, we had, look at the striker, Dropa, Besta, Mavena, Bujani, Ranki, and Benni. 6 strikers. Different characteristics of player. Iawan and Benni, he like to move outside the box. You stay in the box. There you will score. I mean, this show you the development is still continue. It's still continue. We have players. Yes, we have players. But it's up to the club. No?
Things are changing, coach. People are putting GPSs. I remember also with goalkeepers, coach. You were never sure. I don't remember Paris being short of goalkeepers. I mean, you had the Mofokeng there, you had a Moeneeb, you had a Senzo, and all South African goalkeepers. And all of a sudden, we are struggling. Moeneeb, just emphasize more on this goalkeeping department issue with coach here.
Cheezy and coach will tell you as well, man. You know what? That's the thing that I've been struggling with, especially where development is concerned. And that is what Coach Augusto always had, right? Development, yes, consists of tactical, technical, and all those little things, right? But coach, people forget, man, what you instilled in players like Cheezy in the development, the no fear, the excitement, the enjoyment of the game. That is what Cheezy then got when they came up to the first team, coach. But those things need to get coached, and that is what you did, coach. You coached those things down there at development, and players came full circle, fully developed, And that is why today, coach, we have this lack of players. When they come into the first team, they lack something. They always either they lack they fear or there's always something lacking because the development that is happening of today is not happening at all. It's all just for selling players. And what happens is, coach, they sell half or 80% players, whereas players like that you coach in development, coach Cheezy, Joseph Makanya, Gift Leremi, all these players that come from these developed through into the first team, they came as confident as ever. You think they've been playing first team football forever, coach. And the same with Senzo. Senzo lacked height, coach. But your nurture and your care for Senzo and the arms you put around Senzo made him believe he was capable of everything. And that is what the development coaches lack today, coach. They lack that understanding of the player. They don't have that time. I thought to myself, you know what? This is the first time I feel love playing for Orlando Pirates because that is what coach brought with all these players he brought around. And that is one thing Senzo had as well that came from Coach Augusto. And I learned that from coach, is how to love the game. Love what you do. And that's why when you came, we were 10 points behind. But we weren't worried about playing our own personal game. No, we wanted to share the enjoyment because we knew what we got in a coach. Fridays, we have the DJ there and everything. We go match day, we're going to play because we love this game. And that is what coach instilled in us, coach. And that is what lacks, right, coach? That we lack that now in our game, the love and the passion for the game. Hey, coach?
You know,
The money.
let me to tell you one story that you never know. I had Joseph and Senzo, the two key players there. And what happened is, every time Senzo made mistake in Orlando, it booed him. It was very difficult for him. Now, I was sitting in the conference room in Rang Stadium, and Senzo Moeneeb coming to me, said to me, I give you one idea. I said, what is the idea? Let's play a Senzo away, and I play in Orlando. I said, what are you talking about? You sure? You sure? And then the idea, we remain something about the 8 games, and I call Senzo, and I tell him, Senzo, listen, your colleague here is suggest this thing. And we agreed. And this was the uniting of the players to share this, and people never know. Because Joseph was the regular player, not because it favor anyone, it's because of his performance. It's his performance.
Yeah.
And this is the reason I say to you, in the team, you need to make the team spirit. You will have players always negative. This is normally in football. But you know the way to treat these players. You know the way. Because the team is a family. It's together. And the reason is this story about Joseph Moeneeb it was very touched me, and it worked. And it worked. You know, another thing, I'm gonna be honest to you. I never had assistant coaches. I had coaches. Tebogo Molloy was the coach. Tebogo is not the assistant coach. Tebogo, when he going out the bench to talk, he know what we discuss. He know what we plan. We never talk different. This is the difference. And you got coaches who not like the assistant to go out the bench and talk. Why? And you call an assistant coach. And then it's better you must coach alone. You don't need people around the studio. I mean, the development structure. For example, Josie, the goalkeeper coach now, he going to remain every mistake and way he improve to teach the goalkeeper who is training now. This is the truth. This is the truth. But the problem is, when you going to correct this mistake in the training? In the training. I mean, if I record the game, let me to put the analysis aside. If I record the full game 90 minutes, and I watch it myself after the game, I watch it, I will see the mistake. I will see the mistake. But now, you have 3, 4, 5 analysts. You have the screen in the game there, watching this, watching 2, watching 3. I respect, but I don't work like this. I respect. My view, Because remember one thing important. You training the players to perform. I mean, the way you training is the way you play. And player want to make mistake. It's normally. We play Golden Arrows in the final. It was a mistake, the Joseph to not clear the ball with the head, was strong. And then, but we win the game. And no one player want to criticize him or them, no one. We continue play. But now, you see, play now criticize the goalkeeper shouting the player, he's swearing the players in the ground, what a mistake. Say to you, development is not only the young player, development continue until you die. And this is the truth.
Coach, can I ask you about the current Orlando Pirates team and Jose Rivera? Obviously, this is their most successful season in the PSL area in terms of points collected at the halfway mark. Do you have an opinion on how the Pirates team is doing? And obviously, it's almost impossible to catch Sundowns now. But I mean, where do you feel Orlando Pirates is currently, the team and that they have now?
No, I think he achieved because he coming to never know the team. He also lost one assistant. Remember, he was working in Finland. You know, interest. He work in Finland in the country who I play. And I still have friends in Finland, you know. And he's doing very well. You know, he only need to achieve to win the league. And I think it can be a good success for him. Pirates had a very good players, you know. And the league is still difficult to say who, you know, but I still believe some of the players, the Pirates, they need to play for the team. Need to play football. I sympathize with Chibobo. You can do it in the correct manners and the correct time. If you do pass him 1-2 over the ball and you create a chance, well done. If you pass 1-2, you dribbling him, you are scoring, well done. But you cannot do it. Put the ball in the top and the half of the ground, and the crowd start calling you. This is for me. It's not acceptable. And player Pirates. You remember the player Jomo we had? We got player Jomo and Pirates. He liked to use. And one day he did, and I not say nothing to him. And after the game, I talked to him, dude, in the correct way, in the correct manner. And then he changed. Simple like this. I know restrict players' ability. I know restrict. I only guide it. And Orlando Pirates has the players. I think the club made an effort to sign players. He had very good depth, you know. But the player need to understand also the consistent aspect is very important. And remember, when you play the small team, that we call a small team, is a more difficult game. And this is one who Pirates need to change the players' approach. That when it's a small team, like the Marumo, like the Magesi, calling a small team Richard Bay is a more difficult game. Because this player play against Orlando Pirates can achieve is already motivated. But it still had a chance. He had a good squad, you understand. Players are commitment, you understand. But the league is still far. I don't think Sundown doing very well, but you remember when Rulani had about 3 or 5 games behind games, and he lost, he dropped. He lost very dangerous to have cash game. But the player need to understand, he need to win points. The only way in the league is to win points.
Coach, I think also to add on what you are saying, I think the difference now, because you mentioned that when you guys won the league with Moeneeb and Senzo and the other guys, I mean, you mentioned you had 6 strikers to choose from. And it's something that we've been always talking about when we're doing our show, Talking Pirates, that I think during the window, Pirates should have went out and looked for maybe another striker, maybe another winger, because when I also look at our generation at that time, you had about 3 wingers to choose from on the right, 3 wingers to choose from on the left. So it gave your rotation, and it also brought balance into the team in terms of always getting the players fresh. Because I remember some stages, Coach, I would start the game. Next game, Mokoena would start. Next game, Gift would start. And we were all like brothers, Coach, because we knew the objective was to win the game. whoever starts. If I'm on the bench, I must always be ready because I must also go in and do what Joseph has been doing and even do a little bit better. And I don't see that in the Orlando Pirates team right now because if a Rilo gets injured, if a Maswangai or a Saleng is out, we don't have another player, coach, that can take it to another level or continue from where that other player left off. So I don't know in terms of the recruitment at Pirates, is it like before or things have changed now? Because I don't see the squad having quality depth. When I talk about quality depth, I'm talking about same replacement of the same player. If you're taking out fire, you put in fire. You don't take out fire and put in water.
You know, you mentioned something difficult, and let me to put you my view. I believe in 22 players, 2 players by position, 2 players by position, if possible, the same quality. Now you have 22, and then you have normally 3 goalkeepers, 2 high level, 1 who is still growing, plus 2 for the development. You make 5. Now, the injury aspect change your tactical awareness, the way you want to play. And it's happened. Now, tell me, how many strikers had in this moment Pirates? Let's be realistic. Let's mention to me, how many strikers he had Pirates?
2. Magopa,
He
Mabaso.
had Mabaso? He had who?
Mahopa, evidence.
Who? Huh?
Yeah.
Evidence
He had 2.
Mahopa.
2.
Yeah.
But 1 is sitting in the bench, and 1 is playing. You understand my point? It depends why you play. The last game, no Marumo, the previous game against Cape Town City, in the first time in the whole story, the Pilot played with 2 strikers. You are losing 1-0. In the first time, Ribeiro played 2 strikers. Equalize and win the game. Now, I don't believe in the window period you need to sign players. It depends on what you have. This is 2. 3. You have players in the development and DDC. You got any striker. And you forget the player, the striker who play with Michael.
Radio Pane.
Correct? You mentioned 3.
Yeah.
You mentioned 3.
Yeah.
Now,
They passed out.
for me, I say to you, opponents, Ayo Simunier, we play Super Sport in Nelly Spray. And Super Sport had too many players in the midfield. And what we did, we played 5 midfields. And who was the idea? The idea, Tebo Gomoloy. Tebo Gomoloy said to me, coach, let's to play a 5 midfield to block, but let's to counter that in the wings. Because Super Sport attacking to cross. I mean, you playing the game according to the opponent. And this is the reason. Not forget Cheese. I the coach who like first 11 consistent and continuity. When I had 11 in the team performance, I only changed in the second half of a tactical aspect. This all. But I know the coach who like to rotate. I know the coach who like to make change every game. I know. I like the consistent team. And this is the reason I say to you, Byron need to go to sign players. I know believe. Maybe, and the only position possible is the central back. Because already released 1 player. He released who play in cheaper now. For me, all the position, Byron have players. It depends the way you approach games. This is my belief. Byron have players. A right back, left back. But in the center back, unfortunately, Cesani injured and Nigeria injured.
Yeah.
We had 2.
Yeah.
But Ino Semaela can play there also. I mean, for me, I say to you, you need to sign players. No. The same thing happened with Chief. He says sign play with players. She have players, I say to you, it depends what did you approach. If you have good player, very good player. But you have teams who duplicate duplicate. Sundown. He got a striker. Check. He got a striker.
3 strikers.
But way he play,
Yeah.
play a 3 strikers same time. It's the way he play.
Yeah.
He play. They said to you, he signed another new player. He will fall. And this system, or the way he play Sundown, is not a typical striker in the box. He rotate the movement. It's the way he play. Then for me, you cannot sign because it's the time to sign. You finish the season, everyone expect to sign player 5, 6, 7, 8. But what happened the previous year? Why? This is my belief.
Yeah, I know. No, coach, you know what? Hey, time is not on our side. You know when we have you. I told these guys, I told these SoccerBeat lovers with the prof, we're gonna have to have another part 2 with the prof, and hopefully I can get the prof to come join us in one of the Orlando Pirates games. You know, talking Orlando Pirates, just the reaction after the match on his thoughts about the current Orlando Pirates team. You know, and you know it's all about talking football with SoccerBeat. I got Mikey, I got Nippy. And
Hold on.
before I
Moeneeb's got a
close,
surprise
I think
for us,
Moeneeb's got something. I think Moeneeb's
Moeneeb's
got
a
something
surprise
to.
for us.
Maybe he's got a surprise for us. We don't know. Let's hang on to the screens there.
Yeah, but while we wait, don't forget
Yeah.
that if you join Betway using the sign-up code SoccerBeat, you get an extra 25 Rand extra bet. So just make sure if you're signing up for Betway, extra 25 Rand if you use the code SoccerBeat.
And remember, we in football, we only share. We not criticize. We not talking wrong. We share opinion. It's nothing again. It's nothing. We always share football. And remember, football are emotional.
Papa.
Well, the president from Kenya, the president. Hola, amigo. Hola, amigo.
¿Cómo está, bro?
Amigo, conteste su WhatsApp. Le mando mensaje, usted no contesta su WhatsApp, amigo.
Contentos tu WhatsApp, amigo.
Este chico, lo ocupado que estábamos, pero yo te llamo después. Yo te voy a llamar. ¿Vale?
Un placer, amigo. You know when I see Benny and we talking about when I see Benny and we talking development, he can ask him. Ajax, Cape Town, Holland, Spain, England. This is the process. And congratulations, my friend. Congratulations. Keeping working hard, believe in yourself, and impose your authority.
Spirit mechlot man is ra.
How's it, Max? You good?
Hey,
I
thank
wish
you
I
for
could
joining
have
us.
joined you guys, man, but I was just on a personal thing here as well. So, but I'll try and catch up as soon
No,
as I can.
congrats on the new
Bro,
job.
te voy a llamar luego,
Congrats on the new job.
Vale, amigo, vale.
Un abrazo muy
We'll
grande.
just-
Hablamos luego.
Okay,
Ciao, boys.
okay.
We'll just need Moeneeb. We'll just need some translation there. Mwendande, Benny, Mwendande.
We love you,
You
bro.
know
We
the
love
difference.
We love you, bro.
Coach, you need to translate for us.
You know the difference. The Benny, he speak Portuguese, he speak Spanish, he speak English, he speak African. Oof, it's easy to talk to people. Easy. But well done, you know, it was very emotional when she told me that Joseph Cam and Michael, I was here 9:30. I was already in 9:30. I was waiting. And congratulations, Michael Levo, you know, to have this program and keeping up. You understand? Football are the same. No worry about modern football. No worry about. And continue share football with all our supporters. And Joseph, all the best. Also greeting your family and show your capacity. You know, not only you, the South Africa. You know, and I wish all of you the best. And always you can have me anytime. I love you always, and never going to forget. Never.
Coach,
I know.
thank you so much.
Much respect,
Thank you for everything
coach.
you've
Much
done for us.
respect.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Thank
sure.
you so much,
For sure,
coach.
Mikey. I think these are the times, Mikey, where we say we are giving Sir the flowers back, coach. You know, me personally, you know, I really appreciate and thank you so much for being there from day one up until today. I know we still talk even today. You still guide me even today as a father, and I'm really grateful that God sent a person like you in my life. As a young man, I never understood all the time when you were shouting at me, but there was something you could see that I could not see. And I must say, Prof, thank you so much, and I respect you so much, and I actually love you. I take you as my dad, and I'm grateful that God is still keeping you, and you are still willing to share the knowledge, and with all the players that you have
Oye,
developed
vuelta.
and touched their lives. Much respect. Let me give the Hotman a chance. Benny, there's the prof, Hotman.
Nah, I just wanted to come on here because I can't let the show go past without saying a word about Prof. Like, one of the best coaches I've had in my career. Um, I had him from under 20 in the national team, and I think the biggest thing that he gave me was he installed professionalism, discipline, about being on time for everything. And as much as it sounds like it's just a small thing, when you get to Europe, when you lack that, the day you come late one time, then you find out what it is about playing at the highest level. And I think for that, I will forever be grateful that he installed just the smallest little detail that was the most important. You know, having discipline, having dedication and having sacrifice. Yes, you can be the best, but if you go out and you behave in a manner that you won't have a lasting career. So he used to be extremely tough on us, but it helped us when you look now the career that we had and stuff. Myself and Quinton, we were the beneficiaries because I think we were probably the main ones that always used to listen to Prof. And the fact that we ended up playing both in Spain, we learned to speak his language. We could understand even more in depth, like how he used to go on us. So yeah, so for that, Prof, you will forever be in my heart, and you will forever be one of my greatest coaches that I had.
You know,
Benny, the
you
coach
know,
told us
it,
earlier that when you arrived there that you could only play that at Pirates they said no, you can only play 5 minutes, but he said no, don't worry, Benny just needs to be in the box, he'll score.
Exactly. So yes, my struggle with the previous coaches luckily was that I think Hugo, what's his name?
Yeah.
Julio Leal. He was that I was past my best, and you come from Europe to come to Africa is for a reason because you finish. So I would play one game, play good, or help the team win, and then the next 3 games I was on the bench, and that used to frustrate the life out of me. So I just couldn't play for a coach that didn't kind of believe in me. And then when he got fired, I'm not really one for this, but I think I was the happiest guy, and I had a celebration that he was gone because when Prof came, then I know because here's a guy that understands our culture, that understands our mentality, and that understands players individually. Um, he has dialogue with the players for you to understand. Listen, where you at, how you feel for this and that, and that's the kind of coach that I became today because of when you have such a relationship with a coach and a player understands the coach understands the player, the coach knows the strengths and weaknesses of that player, and then you have a lot of success, you have longevity, and you would definitely run through a brick wall for that guy. And I was at that stage in my career where I didn't really have to do it, but because I had the relationship with that coach, I was willing to go in the extra mile to play beyond my abilities that I had the capabilities of because I never wanted to disappoint the coach. And he was the best thing that happened to Orlando Pirates because we were free falling. We were free falling, and he came and he became the instant savior. As much as we took all the accolades, but Pirates managed to win that second treble, because we managed to get in Prof as the head coach, and that will never happen to Pirates again unless they don't get coaches in that has that mindset with the players.
Coach, you remember the DJing that
You
Coach
know,
was Friday?
if we're going to talk about Benny, I was the honor for me to visit Benny in Ayas. I went to visit him when he need to play in Burkina Faso and he need to play in the World Cup. For Philly Trocia in the World Cup and John Osono in Burkina. I was the team manager and I traveling. I went to visit all the players, Pia Isa, Luca Radeve, Fish, Andy Arense. I went club by club. And it was the honor to watching him in the game and in training. Remember, I don't know, I know Benny a long time, and he is closer to my family. We speak the language also. But one thing important the Benny have, who young player need to learn it, is believe in himself. What his talent kid got. And you know, it's very important about, and I always watching the two great goals in the final against Golden Arrows. I will never ever forget. I will never ever forget. But the more, let me to tell you when I really cry when we play the Carling Cup. It was 92 minutes. 92 minutes to finish the game. We were losing. And then Roy made the long throwing. And the Chiefs' defense was thinking the Benny don't want to jump. And Benny jumped, flicked the ball, and scored. And then people never know the Benny going to shoot the penalty also. I mean, we were prepared according to the player's strength. And this is my belief. And Benny, more I can say, I know you live, but people don't understand what sacrifice is to play in overseas. People think it's easy. People think that we relax in overseas. And people don't understand the difficult when you injure, when you're in the bench, when you're missing chances. No, I was talking to Lai. He missed the 2 chances last game, and the boy is a little bit depressed. And I encourage him, no, my boy, no, my boy, no. You continue. But looking, in the honor the 2 players who are champion is coaching now. This is one more I can have. One more. And I wish you, Benny and Jose, and my advice to you is simple. Your authority, your personality, you believe, impose, and you turn essential in your game. This is more important. Because in Africa, in the world, people sometimes have different view. But you, with your knowledge, I know you can do it in Kenya, one of the best countries in Africa. But believe what you do. And remember, Africa is politician. He will tell you 1, 2, 3. You have these people. You have. Listen, in South America, the technical team is 8 people. A national team, 8, and no one say anything. I mean, for you, observing, eyes, and do your job. And anytime you want to talk to me, and Zoom and the phone, I always available to
We
share.
know where you are, bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
We were talking about
in the honor, looking the decade from Cheese, 12 years, Michael 30 years, looking Benny and Jose champion of the league is unbelievable. One more I can. But well done.
You did
Well done.
exceptionally well, bro. You did well.
Yeah, no, serious. No, serious. No. No,
And
no,
where
a round
you
of
think?
applause, for the prof, a round of applause for the prof, man. Eh? We celebrate him now. They must know.
No, it's the honor. It's the honor in football is our life. But unfortunately, the political aspect in football in South Africa is very difficult. Difficult because when you have owners in the club who not thinking about the football, he thinking about different interests, it made difficult the football. And we had coaches and we had the talent. And hope one day our football it can be not the 12th in Africa, it can be the first. Not the 67th position in FIFA, it can be maybe the 10 or 12 because we had the player and we had coaches. Looking now, you are Piso, now Rulani, now it's Benny. Three.
Yep.
3 coaches in South Africa abroad. It's grateful. It's very grateful. And I'm very happy, very happy. And remember,
No,
I
gentlemen,
tell you,
I'm gonna have to cut it.
remember,
Prof,
my last for you, my last for you. I no retire. I no retire. I still running, I still traveling, I still coach. I no retire.
Thank you,
Nicely
Prof.
said, Prof.
Thank you, Coach.
Nicely said.
Nice and fit, Prof. They mustn't say the Prof is on a wheelchair. He can walk, he can run, can do push-ups, he can do everything, guys. I was believe. Yeah, on SoccerBeat, man, we just want to thank you guys. Please like, subscribe, do what you got to do. You know, it was great. Thanks for having Coach Benny with us. You know, me, Moeneeb, Mikey, and Coach Prof. You know, we always talk positives, try and enlighten those that are not aware of the game, share the past experiences, different generations. You know, it's all about love and also try to make our football game better because we love this game and we are passionate about it. From your boy Lebza, Cheesy, and the rest of the team, we are out. Oh, yeah.
From the boys here, the one thing that we all have in common, once and always. Once and always.
SoccerBeat, what?